The unspeakable horrors of a 9 to 5 job. It's 6 a.m. on a Monday, and you're sleeping very comfortably on your bed right now next to your beautiful wife. But let's be honest, she's like a 5 out of 10, but you've convinced yourself that she's beautiful. Suddenly, the very annoying and loud sound of your alarm clock wakes you up, and you do the most alpha shit ever. You turn it off. You don't even snooze it, you just turn it off because you're more focused on being productive, being a masculine man, and completing your sleep so you're more productive during the rest of the day, and you wake up. You wake up because the ugly face of your lady boss keeps flashing in front of your eyes. You can't sleep because you're scared of the look that woman is going to give you when you show up late to work. So you drag yourself out of the bed into the washroom and you start brushing your teeth and showering at the same time to save time and your water bill. You get out of there when you're finished with your business, taking a share, cleaning your face, etc. And as you're walking outside with the towel around your waist, trying to get ready, you look for your clothes and you see like they're laid down neatly on the bed in front of you. Your lovely wife had already ironed them and kept them neatly on the bed a night before to save you time. How thoughtful. Like you can't help but feel a sense of happiness and gratitude for having her. And you feel enough happiness and gratitude to her that you see her sleeping all comfortable in the bed and you don't envy her. You put on your clothes and you start walking outside your bedroom. You're not even ready to meet the next horror of the day, which is there's no breakfast. You're hoping that because she ironed your clothes the night before, she must have also made the breakfast by waking up early or the night before, right? There is no breakfast. You see, your family went out the night before for a fun Sunday evening, and which was really hard on your wallet, but at least everyone had fun, right? So you're happy, you don't regret anything. But you came back home late, so everybody's sleeping, your parents in their own room, your wife in yours, and you realize that you have two options left. One, that you could either cook for yourself, or you could be a man that you actually are and go to the bedroom, wake your wife, and ask her to cook you breakfast. So you decide that you're going to be a man for once, and you grab your balls and start walking towards the bedroom. But as you start walking towards the bedroom, you realize how little testosterone you have left. You realize that your lady boss has yelled at you so many times for such little mistakes that you're actually scared of your own wife now. And by the time you reach the bedroom door, you cannot even feel your balls anymore. Are they even there? So you tuck your tiny little balls in between your legs and you go to the kitchen and start to cook for yourself. Oh, she's tired and I'll be a good husband and I'll cook for myself so she can rest. Like sometimes it's okay if our roles are reversed, right? Sometimes I can cook, sometimes she can do the man work. That is something that you say to yourself. But in reality, you know you're coping. In reality, you know you're rationalizing. In reality, you know you're not supposed to do this. But you do it anyway. You finish your half stuck, half burnt Maggie that is in the kadai, and you get out of your house and you start your commute to work. It's only 40 kilometers. Like you're so grateful that you can work in the same city and live with your family, where some of your friends had to move to Bangalore and Chennai, away from their family, away from their loved ones. You're so grateful that you've got a job that is only 2 hours of commute away. You're only wasting 4 hours a day. How wonderful is that? You start your journey, you watch your favorite Amazon Prime show on your way to work as a daily ritual. 2 hours only feel like 1.5 when you're having fun, right? You reach your office at 9:12 a.m., 12 minutes late. You're dreading to meet the gaze of your co-workers because you already know what's going to happen. You meet the gaze of one of your friends from work And he gives you that look, saying, almost saying, "Why are you here? Why didn't you just take a day off?" That's when you hear the little click clack of a lady boss. You hear those daunting, horrifying heels. That ugly mountain troll of a woman. She's standing right behind you. That ugly mountain troll of a woman that sadly you have to pretend is the most gorgeous woman on the planet. Because very sadly, she pays you. And very sadly, if your parents hadn't gotten your marriage arranged, she was your best option. And even she wouldn't have gone for you. The sound of her dreadful heels stop right behind you. You feel her dreadful breath down your neck, and you turn around to face the reality, face the witch, and that's when it begins. She obviously doesn't chew your head off. She obviously is not gonna fight you. She's not even gonna yell at you. She's a woman. But she does get passive aggressive, doesn't she? Oh, you went out yesterday. Yeah, you must have had so much fun with your family. Maybe next time I'll give you the Monday off as well so you can enjoy the entire weekend and have another day for resting as well. She walks away, giggling and chuckling like a fucking witch. And you just stood there, a shell of a man. You meet the gaze of the prettiest woman in the office who's still like a 6.5 out of 10, but you convince yourself that she's an 8. You gain her sympathy. She comes up to you and apologizes. She feels bad for you. She feels like you're such a victim. Oh, poor soul. Oh, you poor soul. She tries to get your spirits up. Maybe my life is not all bad. Maybe it was all worth it. She likes me, right? You feel a sense of validation because she comes up and talks to you, and because she feels bad for poor me. That is the last thought you have before 10 more hours of labor work, before being a slave for 10 more hours. You were supposed to stay only 8, but you gained 2 extra hours of work because you were 12 minutes late to your work. But that's only fair, right? It was your own fault. Why did you have to eat breakfast when your wife didn't make any? Obviously, there's a sign from your wife and the God itself that you're not supposed to eat any breakfast the day your wife doesn't make you any. Mental note taken to yourself. Always remember not to eat breakfast on the day your wife doesn't cook any. Noted. You leave your office and reach the metro station in order to go back home. You're waiting for your metro that's supposed to take you home, and one metro goes by, completely packed, jam-packed of angry, sweaty, smelly men who have all had just as bad a day as you have had. You decide to wait for another metro. The second metro comes. This time is less jam-packed. The first one was impossible to get onto. This one, it's actually practical and possible that you may find that you can get in, and you can possibly, after a few stations, maybe after 45 minutes, you may get a seat to sit down. But you decide to wait a little longer. The third metro comes and you question your own luck. This one is even more jam-packed than the first one. But you decided to get in anyway, thinking that the crowd of angry, sweaty, smelly old men, middle-aged men, will shallow down as the stations go by. After 2 hours, actually 2.5 hours, because it was more crowdy, after 2.5 hours of jam-packed, smelly armpits, angry, fighting middle-aged men, you reach your home, and at the door, you see your lovely, beautiful wife standing and waiting for you. But she's not happy to see you there. She's not standing there to welcome you with open arms. But instead, you see a sense of pure hatred in her eyes, and that's when you remember it was her birthday today. You didn't wish her in the morning when you left for work. You didn't even tell her that you're leaving for work. You spent longer at work than your usual timings. You didn't bring a gift for her after work. You didn't even plan anything for the day. This is how you repay her hard work for you? The lovely, loving wife that ironed your clothes the night before, this is how you repay her? You feel ashamed and almost in horror because you know what's going to happen next. This is when the second wave of passive aggressive anger starts pouring towards you. Your neighbors and your parents come out of their houses, shocked of what's happening in front of them, your balls shrinking into oblivion. You don't even know what to say. You don't have the energy to fight back, to argue back, to tell her that it wasn't your fault, that you were late because she didn't cook you breakfast, that he had to stay longer because her boss blamed him for being late, which was her fault, your wife's fault. You were not able to tell her that because you didn't have the energy to do so. By this point, you cannot even feel if you have the balls anymore. All you can do is stand there and take it. Not even able to fight back. But that's what men are supposed to do, right? Take it, sustain. This is when you cope and tell yourself that whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So you're becoming stronger by being yelled at by your wife. This is actually when she feels bad for you. She has lost all respect for you. She tears rolling down her cheeks as she angrily snatches your office bag from you and goes back inside the house. You two follow her with your balls tucked between your legs, and you go and clean up and you eat your dinner while watching TV as if nothing happened at all. The fucking end. These are the unspeakable horrors of the 9 to 5 job. If listening to all of this didn't make you feel bad in any way, if listening to all this got you triggered and you're angrily commenting right now, then you can fuck right off. You can comment all you want, it's not gonna affect me in any way. You have just as much testosterone as my pinky finger. But if listening to all of this made you angry, if listening to all of this gave you just a little bit of anxiety and made you feel like, fuck, is this what I'm working hard towards? Is this what I'm studying for? Is this what awaits me? Then I want you to consider subscribing because I'm gathering men like you. Here we talk about every single way that you can become the opposite kind of a man that I describe in the story. Where you can become a high value, high testosterone, masculine alpha man by learning about skills, by learning about entrepreneurship, by learning about traits that you need in order to become stronger, tougher, more disciplined man, more masculine man. Here we talk about everything that you need to know, everything that you need to find in yourself in order to become a high value, high performing man. Where you work hard towards your purpose, not your boss's purpose. Where you work hard towards something that you actually believe in, not something that just pays you just enough to survive. So if jobs are not for you, I want you to comment right down below, jobs are not for me. Because jobs are not for me. And if you're anything like me, they're not for you either. I'm building a community of high value men or men who want to become high value. If you think you're one of them, subscribe to my channel right now so my videos can find you more easily and I can help you in your own self-improvement journey by videos just like this every Monday and Thursday. And I'll see you in the next video.